Hey everyone, Black6 from BZPower back here for another set review. This time we have got from the Marvel Superheroes line 76031, the Hulkbuster Smash. Contains 248 pieces and retails for about $30 in the US. Which seems a little on the high side with with the piece count, but you have to keep in mind that this does include the Hulk maxi fig. So in addition to that, we can see along the bottom here all of the figs included. So we've got the Hulk, Ultron Prime, Scarlet Witch, and the Iron Man, with his Mark 43 armor. So both Ultron Prime and Scarlet Witch are exclusive to this set. Iron Man is in a couple of the other Avengers Age of Ultron sets, as is the Hulk. Of course, we can see the Avengers Age of Ultron logo. One of the top grossing movies for this year, one of the pretty good superhero movie, but to each their own. But anyway, the main box shows off the Hulkbuster armor front and center. He's shooting some stuff off his right hand. His left hand is kind of going after Scarlet Witch. We've got Ultron, attacking him, and the Hulk seems to be trapped in the back there. Looking on the back, we've got, you can see the cockpit opens up for Iron Man to get in and out. Here he has captured Ultron in his grasp. The Hulk seems to have escaped his prison, and the Scarlet Witch is still kind of going at it. I've got a little action feature call out here. Along the top, we can see that the cockpit fully opens to allow Tony Stark to get in and out. And of course, they're demonstrating the super jumper feature, which is new for 2015 in the various superhero sets. And also we know that a comic book is included. Along the top, you've got a 1:1 scale image of Iron Man and the super jumper piece. On the back, we do have a nice comic style picture of the Avengers, at least some of the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, and Thor. And on the other side, again, it's advertising that super jumper feature. All right, so let's take a look at what's inside. Okay, so inside we have got, it looks like 3 bags. 1, 2, and 3. We've also got some stickers, only 2 stickers, so that's kind of pleasing for me at least. We've got a couple stickers here for Stark Industries. This goes for the trap for the Hulk. And speaking of the Hulk, he comes in a separate bag with his pieces. Nice purple pants with the Avengers logo and more of an olive green look than in the past. And we've got the nicely rolled instructions in the comic book. So comic appears to be based on Age of Ultron. To be expected. On the back, we've got a checklist for all of the characters. And pretty basic looking comic book, no words, so they can use it on the international markets as well. And then the instruction book, pretty decent size. Interesting that this is a top, so the front looks like it's a top flip. Then I'm opening it and you kind of have to turn it on its side. So that's interesting, interesting choice there. Of course, we've got a pirate captain telling you can win, demonstration of the super jumper feature, and for the Age of Ultron sets, we've got the nice inventory here. Lots of interesting parts we'll look at later. And all right, so let's take a closer look at the pieces. So here we've got the pieces in the set, so we'll take a look at each bag. So in bag 1, we've got some basic plates and slope bricks, things like that. We've got the Scarlet Witch minifig, some of these nice new angle plays that came out last year. This looks like it's mainly for the Hulk containment unit. Of note, we've got these big flag pieces. They are only available in about 5 sets thus far. We've got these pieces. They're available in quite a few sets. They're originally seen in the Galaxy Squad space sets from a couple years ago, but it's cool to see them. This is the first time I've got my hands on one of them. We've got a jumper plate in dark tan or sand yellow, only available in 4 sets in this color. And finally, we've got this 1x2 plate with a 12 module long shaft, only available in 8 sets, often used for holding up different things that are supposed to be flying, which I'm sure it'll be useful in this one. Other than those, there's some trans blue cheese, Some nice curved slopes, but pretty basic assortment. Moving on to the next bag, the ones that stand out are this dark red curve slope, which believe this is only available in a few sets, about 5 sets or so. So nice to get some more of these. We've got this dark red 1x2 cheese, which is exclusive to this set, as is the 2x2 curved slope. Can't get this anywhere else. We've also got the 2x2 kind of inverted tile boat piece, whatever you want to call it, only available in 4 sets in this color. Some other pieces that aren't so rare but are nice. 2x2 inverted tile in dark gray. Nice to get more of these. And then we've got the new launcher piece based on the handheld one that came out last year. Now it has some studs and tubes on it. Other than that, other pieces, we've got some nice ball joint system pieces, nice for us construction fans. We've got Exoforce arms in dark red. You know, for a line that did not do so hot, these pieces have had a lot of longevity. A lot of other dark red pieces, you know, 2x2 modified plates. I've got a nice little curve arch piece. You've got the pieces for Ultra on this set. Oh, you got the ball joint to complement the socket we saw. Some nice dark red, some nice warm gold as well. So good selection of a variety of kind of smaller elements. Finally, moving on to the third bag, we've got this cockpit piece with the Iron Man kind of face on it. So this is obviously exclusive to the set. I can't see LEGO using it on too many others, although maybe we could get the piece in dark red without the printing. Could be nice. We've got this dark red CCBS shell, 5 long. This was only available in the Legends of Chima Ultra Build figure, the War Is one from a couple years ago. So it's nice to see this piece back in production. Let's see, we've got the this warm gold kind of clip holder, so it's got a clip on one side and a place for a bar on the other, only available in about 4 sets. We've got this nice 2x2 inverted slope in dark red, only available in 5 sets. We've got this nice little flag piece. This is only the second set and this has been available in. Then we've got this 3x3 Technic half beam, which, believe it or not, is only available in 2 sets. Interesting that they would use it in a fairly rare piece like that here. And of course, we've also got the Super Jumper piece, which you don't really see, haven't seen before this year. So this is the first time I've got my hands on one of these. We've also got this transparent blue skeleton arm, which is actually exclusive to this set. So I don't recall seeing it anywhere in the on the box art. So I'm curious to see how they make use of it here. Other than that, we've got some nice other little trans blue pieces. We've got 1x2 plates, 1x1 round plates, some more dark red. We've got Iron Man is in here. You can see his head. Some Technic brick beams, some other various pieces. We've got some CCBS arm pieces, so that's always nice to get some more of. We've got some of the Technic ball joints with the through hole. Some brown pieces, interesting to see. I guess those are probably going to be hidden in the inside of the Hulkbuster armor. Okay, but I think enough of the parts. Let's take a look at the build. And here we've got the final set. So we can start by taking a look at the minifigs. So we've got Ultron Prime here. He's got his kind of repulsor elements on here, so we can pop those off real quick. So you can take a look at the minifig. He's got some great printing on here. He's got silver legs and a torso and arms and head. So it's pretty awesome to see those in silver with some great printing details. And on the back, he's got this headpiece unique to this set for Ultron Prime. I can definitely see it being used in other kind of sci-fi uses, but looking at his head underneath it, pretty straightforward. He does have printing on the back, but it is on a second face since it doesn't have any hair or a helmet to cover that. And interesting that, unlike some of the beard pieces, this piece fits on there pretty well, so it does not just fall off like that. So it's cool. Big fan of him. So we've got Iron Man with the Mark 43 armor. So the helmet is pretty similar to the ones we've had in the past. I think it's the same mold, just with a different paint job on it. So that, of course, the mask flips up, and you can see Tony Stark underneath. He's got some great printing on the torso here. Taking off the helmet on the back, Tony Stark's got an angry face, and of course some more printing on the back of the torso. Pretty basic. He's still Iron Man. Nothing to complain about there. Then we've got the Scarlet Witch. So I think they did a pretty decent job on her. I think the hair might be a bit off, but it has been a little while since I've seen the movie. But she's got the dark red leather jacket, the skirt, you can see she's showing some leg there, necklace on the back. Printing continues of her jacket, and she's got the red eyes that materialize when she uses her power, so you can flip that around on that. Uses these Galaxy Squad pieces to kind of indicate her powers, although that's not quite the proper color. I believe it was the red in the movie, so unfortunate that they couldn't remold these in trans red. And then of course we've got the Hulk, one of the maxi figs. I don't keep track of these too closely, so I'm not sure if this is the same mold as we had before. I do think the top, I think his head is a little different with a new hairpiece than we saw in some of the non-movie based Hulks previously. But he's in his olive green color, only a couple points of articulation in the arms and the wrists. A little unfortunate, but it's what we've grown to expect. Then we've got this. This is supposed to be so we're going to be talking a little bit about spoilers for the Avengers Age of Ultron movie. So if you have not seen the movie and do not want it to be spoiled, I would suggest you skip to the end, and we'll put a little warning along the top somewhere here saying spoilers. So if you don't see that, you're going to be good. So this is supposed to be the pod that gets launched down from the Veronica tracking satellite to kind of contain the Hulk while Tony Stark gets suited up in the Hulkbuster armor. So he kind of fits in there, but in the movie, the thing completely encloses him, and you can't see him at all. So I kind of feel like this is, I don't know, just kind of like a waste of parts to some degree. I mean, there's some decent parts in here, but I would have kind of maybe rather to see an even more beefed up armor. So they also show you attaching the Scarlet Witch here on this thing on the back, which is just on a frictionless Technic pin. So the idea then being, I don't know if you can use a super jumper with those on, but we're going to find out. So the idea being that you have Iron Man pop up. Let's see if I can push down a little harder. There we go, and he's supposed to knock her down. Now, of course, if you've seen the movie, you know that the Scarlet Witch and Ultron Prime were not in the scene with the Hulk and the Hulkbuster armor. They were, the Scarlet Witch was the one who kind of enraged Bruce Banner while he was sitting on the Quinjet and got him to become the Hulk and go on the rampage that required the Hulkbuster armor. And that Ultron Prime was on the ship that they were on prior to that, but they weren't actually in this scene. So it's nice to get the Scarlet Witch fig and the Ultron Prime fig, definitely, but they don't quite fit the kind of theme of the set. But anyway, finally we've got the Hulkbuster armor in all of its glory. For the most part, I really like it. The main gripes I have are kind of all in the same place, so you can see it more easily from the back, is we have the Technic axles here exposed. They're actually two 4-length axles with a stop that are kind of in between these two Technic beams. And then you also have these tan gears. I get that the gears, I guess, are trying to give it like a more of a mechanized look, but I would have rather them used, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a 6-length axle, just one 6-length axle in here. That's an easy fix if you have the piece in your collection, which most people should. And instead of the gears, just use a gray Technic half bushing, and I think that would have made the look a lot better in the hips. The other thing is, I had commented on the trans blue skeleton arms. I'm not sure why they're holding his head on. Normally these trans blue pieces are supposed to indicate like the repulsor power, like you can see on the back here, which this is a neat little touch here, so I do like that. You can see they actually put some of those pieces on his feet, so the Hulkbuster can have repulsor jets on his feet and in his palms, as you'd expect, and then kind of the arc core. So I'm not sure why we needed trans blue ones here. I like that we have the piece though. Those are my main gripes. Pretty minor overall, because I think it's a really solid looking set. It's got some good articulation, so we've got waist articulation, and we've got kind of knee, ankle articulation, and the way that they're designed, it kind of gives a good bit of posability and allows them to kind of stand up or kind of crouch down. On the arms, we've got shoulder and I guess kind of elbow wrist articulation, and then each of the 4 fingers are articulated, so that's pretty awesome. And then on the other side, we're going to have the 4 fingers, and we have 2 of these launchers. I'm not sure what the gold pieces are supposed to indicate, but we can shoot those. And that's kind of cool. And of course, the cockpit opens up there, and that folds down here. And if we take off Tony Stark's repulsor stuff here, we can see there's a blue tile in here or blue plate that you pop Tony Stark and Iron Man on, and then push this back up, and it actually locks in place pretty securely because you have these 1x2 slopes that connect to the 2x2 inverted slopes here, and that's not going anywhere. And these pieces fold up, and then that goes down, and then he's in the Hulkbuster armor. And I think they do a good job covering it up. You got the curved pieces here, these flags here. There's a little bit of a gap in the side, but for most of the way you're going to be seeing this set when you're playing with or posing it, it's not going to be that big of a detractor. He's got, like I said, a lot of posability, and he looks really awesome, like he's ready to take on the Hulk. I guess, also going from the movie, as far as scale goes, he's supposed to be about the same size as the Hulk, but obviously in the set he's significantly bigger. I think in terms of what you can accomplish with Lego, I think that scale difference, you're going to just have to kind of deal with it. And we know the Hulk is pretty powerful anyway, so we can accept that Tony Stark needs some really big armor to take on an enraged and out of control Hulk. So overall, for $30, I think that the Hulkbuster armor is worth it. So I mean, for $30 you get this awesome Hulkbuster armor. You've got the Hulk only available in one other set, Ultron Prime and Scarlet Witch were exclusive, and of course Iron Man, who you do get in other sets. But I don't think that's a big factor. But I think for the armor, 2 exclusive figs and one other rare fig for $30, definitely worth it. You also get the Veronica enclosure thing over here, but just scrap that for parts. I don't think you really need to worry about that. The rest of the set definitely worth the $30, and I'm glad I've added this to my collection. As always, you can check out the full review of this set on BZPower, where we've got pictures and thoughts that go into more in-depth than we do here in this video, so be sure to check that out. While you're over there, check out the rest of BZPower. We've got news posted every day. We've got some extensive discussion forums for talking about all sorts of Lego things, whether that be Bionicle, Hero Factory, Legends of Chima and Ninjago, or lines like Marvel and DC superheroes. We've got places for you to share your creations, whether they be your mocks, your artwork, stories, games, music, videos, and more. We run contests on a pretty frequent basis, so you can have a chance to win some free Lego. Which, who doesn't like free Lego? Free Lego is the best Lego. And finally, of course, if you could subscribe to our channel so you can get all of the latest reviews and other videos as soon as we post them, greatly appreciate that. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.